Hi there, my name is Julia, and I don't feel cold. At all. And because of this, strange things happened to me. Once, my parents were about to get their parental rights taken away from them. I've had this so-called sickness since I was a kid. I can't stand the heat or the sun. It makes me feel really bad. It's hard for me to breathe and my heart goes haywire. I get huge hives if I stay under the sun for a long time. But when it's cold, I feel amazing. My parents and I even moved from a small southern city to the north. It was better for their salary and for my health, but they admitted living in the cold was difficult for them. My mom got used to gardening and sunbathing. She was really freezing at our new place. Of course, we forgot about gardening at just 59 degrees in the summer. Mom was planting something on the balcony and the windowsills. I was the only one who felt great. I could breathe deeply and not get sick. But my new friends didn't share my passion, though they were used to such temperatures and it was really cool. Skating, skiing, jogging in the fresh snow in the morning, what a pleasure! The first incident happened to me when we had just moved when I was 10. I took off my cap right in front of the house. It was a frosty -4 degrees. The neighbors were stunned. They started to shout at my parents, "Hey, your kid could catch a cold!" Mom had to quickly introduce my diagnosis and medical records to everyone. But they were still looking at the kid without a cap and a coat in such a climate. They called me an ice giant. The school nurse just shrugged. She tried to find me any discoveries for polar explorers, but neither she nor the other doctors found anything. It was just my body's trait. I was happy, jumping from the 3rd floor into a snowdrift, wearing just a jumpsuit. My parents are of the Orthodox religion. On great religious holidays, we go to church and sometimes swim in the fountain. I don't know what it means. But again, there was a real humdinger. Mom quickly took a dip in the fountain and went out. I had goosebumps and was shivering from the cold, but I jumped in and started swimming. I wasn't cold at all. The old women started to become concerned and called the staff. My mom claimed I didn't need an exorcist and no need to set me up with an angel. It was just my trait to swim in the cold water. Maybe I'm kind of bare, yeah. They seemed to believe us, but we didn't go back to that church anymore just in case. That's it. But the most terrible thing happened when some medical commission came to our school. I only had a light jacket on then and wouldn't need to put on something warmer because it was too hot for me. Well, when we lined up in front of the school, one of the medical guests noticed that I wasn't dressed fit for the weather, and then it all began. The commission rushed to ask my neighbors about me. Without a second thought, they said I'd always been like this. Some of them told about my jumping out of the window and my ice swimming. I didn't get why no one told them that it was okay for me. But the commission scratched their heads and they started to consider depriving my parents of their parental rights. You know, since they seemed like they weren't caring about my health. And it started. My parents claimed I had a disease, and that's why we moved to the north. In the heat, I felt bad and there's a risk for my life. But for some reason, no one listened to them. I myself claimed it, but in vain. Anyway, I was taken to the hospital. I was examined for a long time. My parents were forbidden to visit me till the end of the examinations, so we talked on the phone. We cried a lot, but having needled and x-rayed me to the bone, the doctors finally understood that we had been telling the truth. They gave me back to my parents and didn't even say sorry. Anyway, I lost 3 months of my life and a bunch of nerve cells. Now I feel sick seeing people wearing white. But I've become the star of our city and some cities nearby. No one asks questions anymore. They wrote about me in the local newspaper. The girl who doesn't freeze. The fame wasn't too much, but was okay. Anyway, I'm glad it all ended well. Otherwise, I'd probably run away and come home on my own. But I learned a good lesson. First, adults can be stupid too, especially if they need a cause. And second, you shouldn't show you're exceptional. It can backfire on you. So my parents bought me a cap anyways and a coat too, though I took all the lining out. But anyways, I started looking like everyone else, and yeah, I don't go barefoot in the snow anymore. My neighbors know me, but explain this to every stranger. I would run out of patience. Feel free to give me some likes to support me. It would make me really happy. And remember, don't show everyone what you can do. You gotta have some secrets, right?